Hello, my 8th grade class. I will be your teacher today, and I am here to teach you the biopsychology of vision. And here's the presentation I have for you today. We have a few learning objectives here today. As we have our short time together, we're going to identify the parts and functions of the eye, name the photoreceptors, which are the rods and cones, explain how the eyes are connected to the brain, define the term agnosia, describe and explain causes of visual agnosia, and define the term prosopagnosia. That's a mouthful. Here we have a slide with a picture of the anatomy of the eye. You can see there's lots of different parts of the eye. At the front we have the outermost lens, which is the cornea, right here. And underneath that we have the iris, which is the colorful part of the eye. Then there's the pupil, which allows light to enter the eye. And here is the main lens of the eye that filters the light onto the retina, and the retina is where the photoreceptors are housed, and these are the rods and cones I talked about. The rods are responsible for our vision in a dim lit room or at night, and there's approximately 120 million rods in the human eye. Cones are responsible for our daytime vision and our color vision, and there's about 6 million cones. Some other parts of the eye are the vitreous body, which helps the eye keep its shape, and the optic disc, which is kind of like the eye's blind spot. And then from there's the optic nerve, which connects the eye to the brain. There's also the sclera that protects the retina, and the choroid as well. And yeah, this is the anatomy of the eye. Here's another representation of your eyes at work. And here we see the left and right eye, and you can see the optic nerves. As I said, they connect the eyes to the brain, and these crisscross in the brain at a place called the optic chiasm, and from there it travels back to the back of the brain where the visual sensory information is processed in the primary visual cortex, just back here. Next, we'll learn a little bit about visual agnosia. Agnosia means failure to know, and the causes for this can be damage to the visual association cortex, which is located here within the primary visual cortex, or damage to the ventral stream, as you can see here in our diagram. Individuals do not become blind, and they have relatively normal intellectual capacity. However, the brain cannot perceive or identify the stimulus that is coming from the eyes. And a symptom of this can be prosopagnosia, which is the failure to recognize people's faces. And that's our quick little PowerPoint lecture for today. And now we have an activity to do together where you're going to label the parts of the eye that we learned about back here on this slide. And then we'll have a short assessment at the end. But this is the presentation on the eye, and I'll leave this slide up for you to help you with our activity coming up. But that's all for now. Have fun with our activity.